Hey guys, welcome. It's the 1973 World Series, Game 7 between the Mets and the Athletics. We are in Oakland, and we're using Replay Classic. So let's get to it. We go over the lineups quickly for the Mets. It's the usual suspects of Garrett at third base, Mian at second base, Staub the right fielder, Jones the left fielder, the first baseman is Milner, catcher is Grody, Hahn in center field, shortstop is Harrelson, and Matlack the pitcher. For the A's, it's going to be Campaneris, Rudy, Bando, Jackson in center, Tennis at catcher, Alou in right field, first baseman Darren Johnson, second baseman Dick Green, and the pitcher is Holtzman. And you read the black off the pitcher, the column, pitcher number, and then the white off the batter. You add them up together. You go through this little book I have, and we get results. Let's do it. Here's a pitch from Holtzman to Wayne Garrett, lefty on lefty. All right, so it's a 3, and the 4 is a 29. That's going to be a 32, column 3, and it is a 32, column 3. Is going to be a line out to left field. So he rips it, hits it well, but right at the left fielder, who's positioned perfectly. And I got to figure out where I'm going to put these now. Put these to the side here. All right, next is Felix Mian. He's a right-handed hitter, chokes up noticeably on the bat, about 8 inches, 9 inches. Here is Kenny Holtzman with the pitch, a 6 and a 1. That's a 2 and a 1 is a 33, column 6. And that's a short fly to right field. Racing in is right fielder Alou, and he's there. So F9, 2 away, and here comes Rusty Staub. All right, Rusty. Rusty Staub with a 5 and a 1. That's a 5, and that is a ground ball to, on column 5, ground ball to shortstop. Picked up by Campaneris, throws over to first, and that retires the side. And we're inputting our data into Digital Diamond Baseball. And the next one is a ground to short, G6. Oh. All right. You don't have to write 6-3, just write G6. So that's 3 up and 3 down for Holtzman. We go to Matlack facing the impressive Athletics lineup. And it's a 2-2, and that's a 2 and a 13, and Campaneris will line it 13. Campaneris will line it to center. Now there's a sentence after that result. So let's see, the 13 says runner advances one base, runner scores. Oh, okay. So it's a single, and that's 1B on the in Digital Diamond Baseball. All right, so Campaneris is on at first. And next up is Joe Rudy. And it's a 6 and a 3. That's a 2, and a 3 is an 18. And an 18 will be 18 is a deep fly to right field. Backing up is Staub. And that is out number 1. So Rudy flies out to Rusty. And back to first is Campaneris. Here's Sal Bando's next. And it's a 5 and a 4, and the 5 is a 4, and it's a 7. That's ball 4. So now that pushes Campaneris to second. And here comes Reginald Martinez Jackson. And he's going to go on to have a big career. Well, he already has a huge career with the Athletics as their main power hitter, but then he goes on to the Yankees to do more of the same. It's 3 home runs in a game in that 1977 World Series against the Dodgers, against, I think it was 3 different pitchers. Reginald Martinez Jackson. All right, here goes. Here's the pitch. So John Matlack better proceed with caution. Here's a pitch. It's a 2, a 4, and that's a strikeout. So he swings and misses and gets Jackson. Huge pitch from Matlack. That could have easily been 3 runs right there, a 3-run home run. But here comes Gene Tennis, who went 4 for 4 in game 1 and hit a big home run in that game. And he is up, and he also has some good power. So here goes. Here's John Matlack. So you want to avoid that 6 column, that meatball, and that's not what the doctor ordered. That ball is way back. And that ball, my friends, is gone. So Gene Tennis accomplishes what Jackson could have done and didn't, and it's a 3-0 lead for the home team. Gene Tennis, a big hero here in 1973. Matlack wishes he had that pitch back. And here comes home run, 3-run shot for Gene Tennis, and he gets greeted at home plate and in the dugout, greeted energetically by his teammates. All right, here is the pitch from Matlack to Darren Jay Alu, and his name is Jay. I saw it somewhere else. I don't know where I saw that. It's a 1 and a 4, and that's going to be a strikeout. So that will end the inning. But the damage has been done. 3 big runs, and the Mets don't have a great offense on 2 hits and a walk. 3-run home run by Gene Tennis. And the Athletics lead it 3-0. Let's go to the top of the second inning. And it's a 1 and a 2, and that will be bounce in the dirt to third base. Bando fires a strike to Darren Johnson for the first out. All right, here's John Milner. John Milner's up. And it's a 3 and a 5, so that's a 3. And the 5 that's a 6 column 3. 6 column 3 is a short fly to center field. Rushing in is Jackson, and he makes it there. So that's an F8 if you're scoring at home. So John Miller flies out to center. And here's Jerry Grody. 5 and a 4, that's a 1, and the 4 is a 2, and gotta memorize some of this. I believe that's a grounded. No, the 2 is a grounded to first. Taking it himself is Darren Johnson, and that retires the side. All right, we go to the bottom of the second. Darren Johnson leads off against Matlack. Here's the pitch. It's a 6 and a 2. That's a 2, and that's a 10. That's line base hit. So a single for Johnson. He's on at first, and here's Dick Green. 6 and a 1. That's a 2, and a 1 to 38. That'll be a strikeout. So Green strikes out. Here's Holtzman. We're going to let him bat. It's a 1 and a 2, and that's a 2 and a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Matlack. And here's the top of the order, Campaneris, who's had a good series. Last game, Campaneris picked up a couple of hits in a 1-0 game. It's a 3 and a 3, so that's a 3 and a 17, column 3, and that will be a drive in the gap to left field. And they're waving Johnson around. He will score. So a big RBI double with 2 outs here for Bert Campaneris. And we got to get the runner to score. Let's see if he does score. If he doesn't score, we got to go back because there's 2 outs. So maybe with 2 outs he scores, and no. So I'm going to have to make him score. And let me go back and undo that. So undo last play. I'm going to have to check the instructions, game board commands. So it's the runner on first base. I guess you could write that he scores maybe. Let's see what it says. Okay, okay, the number of asterisks determines the number of bases advanced. If you omit the asterisk, runners advance 1 base on a double. Number of asterisks determines the number of bases advanced. If you omit the asterisk, runners advance 2 bases. All right, let's try the double with 3. Let's see what happens. I'm going to try the double with 3 asterisks. All right, let's see if that will work. Again, I'm learning Digital Diamond Baseball. So let's do the double with the 3 asterisk. 3. Let's see what happens. Oh, actually, I have to write 2B. 2B with 3 asterisk. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what happens now. It worked. I got it. Okay, so RBI double, and up comes Joe Rudy with 2 out and 1 on. Pitch from Matlack. It's a 6-5. That's a 2 and an 18, and that'll be a fly ball. I think we had that before. It was to left field, I believe, and a right field. 18 is right field. Right there is stop, and that retires the side. But 1 run comes in on 2 hits. Mets are still without a hit. And we're in the top of the 3rd inning. Oh, Rudy, what did Rudy do? He flew out to right. F9. That will end the inning. All right, here comes Don Hahn. Bottom of the order for Holtzman. A 1 and a 4, so it's a 3, and it's struck him out. 1 down. Next is Harrelson with a 5, a 1, and a 3, and that's a ground ball to 3rd base. Over to first, 2 down. And John Matlack is up. It's a 1 and a 4, so that's a 3 and a 4. Struck him out. That ends the inning. Again, Holtzman's retired 9 in a row, so he is looking sharp. Looking sharp for sure. Hahn struck out. And it was a ground ball for Harrelson to third. And then another strikeout to end the top of the third. All right, Sal Bando leading off here against John Matlack, who's been hammered a little bit here. Been beat up a little bit. In the first, he gave up a couple of hits, including a 3-run home run. In the second inning, gave up a single and a double. So that's 4 hits in 2 innings for John Matlack. Let's see what happens. Sal Bando with a 1 and a 6. That's a 2 and a 7. Column 1, and that's popped up. Second base. Fair territory. Leon makes the catch. Here comes Reginald Martinez-Jackson, who struck out earlier. That's a 4 and a 4, so that's a 4, and the second baseman. No, actually 4 and 5 is the shortstop. Shortstop is a 2, so that's a 6. That'll be ground ball gobbled up by Harrelson. Gets a handle and fires a strike to Milner. So 2 out. And up is Gene Tennis, who hit that 3-run homer earlier in the game with a 5-5 this time. That's a 4 and a 5. It's a 12. That's a hit by pitch. Oh, he gets plunked, and he doesn't like it. Must be because of the home run. So the 12 on column 5 will be a hit by pitch. I think I memorized a couple of things already from playing this for the series. So he plunks Tennis. That's like the second time that's happened in this series, where a guy hit a home run. The next time he came up, he was plunked. Here's J. Alou. 6 and a 2. That's a 2 and a 9. Column 6. And that's going to be a single to right field. Runner advances 1 base, 3, 4, 5 runner. Advances 2 bases. Let's see what Tennis is. Gene Tennis is a 3, so he will advance an extra base. Oh. So we got first and third now. So J. Alou picks up a hit. Yeah, the crowd didn't like that. Hit by pitch. And then you're going to get a single with 2 asterisk. And that's how you move the runner 2 bases. So we got first and third now, and we got Darren Johnson. Darren Johnson, early in his career, was a pretty impressive power hitter. Hit 30 home runs a couple of times, I believe, or at least in the at least 30 once in late 20s. So let's see if we can muster some of that power against John Matlack, who's really been struggling here with his control. Walked a batter, hit a batter, had to bring some balls over the plate and been batted around a little bit. Here's Darren Johnson, a 3 and a 4, so that's a 3, and the 4 is a 5, column 3. And that may be the end of the inning, I believe it will be. If we can get that 4 up. And I'll be grounded out to short. That'll end the inning, so no runs. 1 hit, 2 left. And go to the top of the 4th inning. So it could have been worse. But they left a couple of runners on base. And here is Wayne Garrett. Steps in the box. He bats from the left side against Holzman. And that's a 5 and a 5. So that's a 1, and the 5 is a 7. That's a base on ball. So Garrett walks. Hits as good as a walk, they say. Mets need to get their offense going. Here's Felix Millan with a 6 and a 4. That's a 2, and a 4 is a 25, column 6. 25, column 6, and it's going to be a double to left. Runners score 2 bases if left fielder is a 5. Left fielder, I believe. I wonder if Rudy is a 5. He is not a 5. He's a 4. So an RBI double for Mian runs scores, and the score now is 4-1. Mets are still in this game. All right, so Holtzman, a rusty stop. Second base, and 1, 2, 3. And it's a 2 and a 6. That's a 3 and a 7. Column 2. It's popped up, second base. Oh no, that's popped up to the catcher. Gene Tennis under it. Is that a fair ball or a foul out? No, it's a foul territory. All right. That's 1 out. Here is Cleon Jones. With a 6 and a 4, so that's a 2, and the 4 is a 28, column 6. 28, column 6, and that is a single to center. Runner advances 2 bases. It's a 4-2 ball game now. RBI single, and they're waving Mian around, and here is the throw, and not in time. Holding it first is Jones. So Jones with it to 28, column 6. 28, column single to center, as advance 2 bases. And next batter is Mian, who flied out to center. Mian's got good power. Here's a pitch from Holtzman. It's a 3 and a 3, so that's a 3 and a 17, column 3. And that is going to be a shallow fly ball in the gap. What did we say it was? It was a 3 and a 3, 17, and that's going to drop in, and it's going to bounce past the left fielder, Rudy. Runner advances 2 bases. So stopping at third will be Jones. So the Mets have no RBI there. The Mets have the tying runs in scoring position with only 1 out. Yikes. So Dick Williams is going to go out and talk to Holtzman. I believe Dick Williams was still the manager at this time. Milner with a big hit. And here's Jerry Grody with second and third. Pitch from Holtzman. It's a 3 and a 1. That's a 3 and a 1, a 7. Column 3, and that will be a 7, column 3. He's going to be a single to left. Runner advances 1 base. If lead runner has a higher run rating than left fielder, he advances 2 bases. Milner, I do not believe, is higher. No, he is not. So 4-3 the score. RBI single stopping at third is Milner. RBI single for Grody. So all the Mets are contributing here in this top of the 4th inning. A walk by Garrett, a double by Mian, Staub flied out, and then it was Jones with a single, Milner with a double, and then a RBI single for Grody. So 4 hits here in the top of the 4th. And here comes Don Hahn. Still only 1 out. All right. Infield's going to be drawn in this time. And it's a 3 and a 1. That's a 34. Yikes. Column 3. Another column 3 for the Mets. So it's a 3 and it's a 31. It's a 34, and a 34 is going to be a drive in the gap, and it's going to clear the bases unless the left fielder has a higher rating than the runner on first. Oh, and he may, because Rudy, the left fielder, is was a 34, correct? Yeah, double to the left clears the bases unless the higher rate. The left fielder has a, oh yeah, it's 4-3. So Grody looks like he's going to be thrown out at the plate. Left, so Rudy's going to throw a strike to catcher Tennis, and they get Grody trying to score on the double, RBI double, so he is out 7-2. I usually do a 7-6-2 on a double and a 7-2 on a single. But there's 2 outs, runner on second base. So now how am I going to score that? So it's Han. All right, let's see how you're going to score that. It's going to be a tricky one for me. All right, so it's going to be a double. And runner on first base. I know runner on third base is obviously going to score. Runner on first base is going to be out. So I don't know how to really do that, to be honest with you. Let's see if I can go down here. So this is a tricky one. All right, so stolen base, error. Double outstretching. Okay, runner on. All right, I think I got it now. And then he's thrown out. Okay, I think I figured it out. So it's going to be a double. And then runner. What's going on? Okay, it's going to be a double. One runner scores, obviously, then the runner on first base. Going to be 1-2, 1-2, and an X. Let's see what happens. No. All right, let's try it again. Let's go back and look again. Okay, so runner on first. Let's see, single outstretching for a double. Runners advance 2 bases. The runner asterisk determines the number of bases advanced. Let's see how you get the runner thrown out, though. Well, hold on. Okay, runner on first. Okay, let me try something else now. Let me try a little bit of something else here. So it's going to be a double. 2 bases, right? And then the runner on first base, and it's thrown out. No. Double, and then star X. All right, so I'm going to take a quick. All right, that took a while, but it was pretty easy. R1X3, trying to advance third base, 3 bases. He's thrown out. So finally found it. Runner Holes, Don Hahn Holes, picks up an RBI double and ties the game. And Holzman's been through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and he's going to be done. I am pulling Holzman. Had a lot of patience with Holzman. And switch hitters coming up, but what we're going to use is we're going to bring in Paul Lindblad. Actually, we're going to bring in Pena. Horacio Pena comes in for Holzman. So Holzman went 3 2/3, 3.2, and it's Pena. And he comes in the 4th. And all tied up at 4 apiece. Wow, crazy. So it's all tied up at 4-4. And it's Buddy Harrelson. Oh, wait, we got a. Let's bring in a new pitcher. Go to the bench pen. Please wait. And we're going to bring in a pitcher. We're going to go with Pena. There he is. Highlight Pena. He comes in the 9th spot. He will be batting next inning. We're not going to do a double switch right now, so we're going to just let him pitch. And all right, so let's see what happens here. All right, Pena's in there versus Harrelson. Let's do it. And it's a 3 and a 4, so that's a 2, and the 4 is a 22 column 3. And a 22 column 3 is going to be a fly out right field. Over is Alu, and he settles under it and squeezes it for the out. But the Mets pick up 4 big runs to tie the game on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, including 3 doubles off of Holtzman. Maybe I went a little bit too long with Holtzman, but it is what it is. Game is tied, bottom of the 4th. Dick Green is up. It's a fly out, F9. All right, and here comes Dick Green, bottom of the order. We're going to probably get a pinch hitter. Green with a 1 and a 4. That's a 2 and a 4. That's a strikeout. So Matlack strikes out the leadoff hitter. And now we're going to get a pinch hitter. Going to be McGraw. You know what? I'll just save McGraw for later. I'm going to bring in Billy Canigliaro to pinch hit. Now we got a new pitcher on the top of the inning. So Billy Canigliaro, Green, strikes out. And then it's going to be Canigliaro is going to come in. So let's go to the bench for Pena. Pena came in and did his job. There he is. So I'm going to highlight him. And we're going to press... hold on a second. It's not giving me the option. Why can't I pinch hit for him? That's weird. Pinch coach. I was pressing in the wrong place. All right. Canigliaro's up against Matlack. Let's do this. And it's a 5 and a 3, so that's a 4. And a 3 is a 4. That's an 8. That's a base on balls. And that's the problem that Matlack had in game 1. Gave up a lot of walks. So here we're going to get the top of the order. And Campaneris has been on fire. He's got 2 hits today, a single and a double. And here's Canigliaro. He's on base with Campaneris at the plate. And here's a pitch from Matlack. It's a couple of arms throwing in the bullpen. It's a 3, that's a 3, and the 5 is a 24 column 3. 24 column 3 is going to be a fly out left field. And left fielder Jones under it. That's an F7. And here comes Joe Rudy. Joe Rudy 0 for 2. He's flied out to right twice. Pitch from Matlack. It's a 5 and a 2. That's a 4, and the 2 is a 3, and that's a ground ball. That will be handled by third baseman. Oh no, it's a 4 and it's a 5, so it'll be handled by a shortstop to end the inning. Harrelson over to Milner. No runs, no hits. And go to the top of the 5th inning. It's going to be a new pitcher. We'll do Paul Lindblad will come in. Bolenblad will come in. All right, let's see. R7. Odom. Just looking at the pictures. Oh, 5, okay. Yeah, I'm going to bring in Odom. And the 5th, we'll be facing the pitcher Matlack. Rudy had to make out, 6-3. Let's get that in there. Just G6 is good. Here's a pitch. It's a 4 and a 5, so we're looking at the 5 is going to be the shortstop, so that's a 2. It's an 8, and that's a grounder to Campaneris. He bobbles it for a second, but throws out Matlack. Now the Mets are sticking with Matlack. Here's Wayne Garrett. Actually, Matlack should be on his B side. I just realized that. So let's turn him around. Just realized when it happens early, it throws me off. I don't expect that. And 4 runs seems to be really low, but we'll turn him on the B side for the next inning. Same thing I could have done to Holtzman, and I didn't. Well, no, Holtzman got pulled by the time he gave 4 runs. So, but Matlack should have been on the B side. All right, so here's Wayne Garrett. So Matlack grounds out. Oh, bench, there's something going on here. There's something going on. Somebody has to be replaced. The game is telling me something has to be replaced. Oh, a new pitcher, I believe. I need a new pitcher coming in. And like I said, it was going to be Blue Moon Odom. And he will come in into the 9th spot. All right, there's Blue Moon Odom. And the first batter is going to ground out. Odom to Matlack, G6. All right, let's go Wayne Garrett. Here it is, a 6 and a 3. That's a 3, and a 3 is a 34, 6 column. And that's a short fly to left field for the second out of the inning. 2 down. And it's Felix Mian coming up. So 5-2, that's a 3, and the 2 is 4. And that 4, column 5, is a grounded second. Bounce to Green. Green picks it up, sets his feet, and throws out Mian. Go to the bottom of the 5th. And it's going to be Sal Bandit leading off against Matlack on his B side, where he should have been since the second inning. He should have been on his B side. It's a 5-5. It's a 4. And a 5. It's an 11. That's a hit by pitch. And that'll be it for Matlack. So Matlack will get pulled. Mets are bringing in a new pitcher. And who's it going to be? It will be Harry Parker. Harry Parker comes in against Reggie Jackson. Oh, Banda, I didn't do Banda. Wait a second, gotta go back. Banda gets hit by the pitch. Crowd is upset about it, and I'm going to go to the you know what? Let me do the. Let me click on the picture. No, that doesn't let me do it. Let's see. Going to the bench here. Let's see if that'll let me do it. So it's, no, that doesn't work either. Oh, Matlack, let's see. Oh, there it is. Go to the pen. So I'm pulling Matlack for Harry Parker. There he is. Comes in the 9th spot. And that's okay. All right. Runner on first. Here's Reginald Martinez Jackson against Harry Parker. A 3 and a 4. So that's a 3. And the 4 is a 2, a 5, column 3. And that will be, I think it's a fly ball. It is a short fly to right for the first out. F9. If you're scoring at home, and you must be. How could you not be? So Reggie Jackson pops one up to the right side. Going back is Milner and Mian, and in comes Staub. Gene Tennis, who's got a 3-run homer in the first and was hit by a pitch. And that created a couple of tense moments here. And it's a 3-3, so that's a 3, and a 3 is a 35, column 3. 35, column 3. That's going to be a double to right. Clears the bases unless the right fielder is higher than Bando. Bando is a 3. The right fielder, Staub, is a 4. So Staub is going to throw out. Bando trying to score. The number was a 3 and 35. If right fielder has a rating that is first out, has higher rating than the runner, he is thrown out at home. All right, so let's see if we can remember how to do this. So it's going to be a double, right? Double by Tennis. So it's a 2 R 3X. Let's see what happens. See if I got that right. I just guessed. I can't remember how I did it. So ball is over his head. Wall double. Bando moves to third. Nope. So I don't know. Did I put the X in there? Did I forget the X? Undo last play. Let's try it again. Tennis. Gonna hit the ball. So he hits a double. So he does two. He hits a double. So we know that he goes to second base. Then the runner, 3 bases, and then X. See what happens now. So it's a double. There's a drive down the right field line, and that's a fair ball. It's just inside the chalk now. Pinball is a corner. Stop for a moment. Tennis is on his way to second for a double. Bando hustles to third base. Okay, so then no. Let's try it again. Undo last play. All right, so basically I had to do double, runner at first, thrown out, and then the number of bases. He moved 3 bases, so that would put him at home plate. So it would be 2B R1 XN. So you just got to remember that because that happens a lot. And that's 2 outs now with Tennis on second base, and here comes Alou. And it's a 3-3. It's a 3, and the 3 is an 8, column 3. This game is still tied at 4, 8, column 3. What did I say? It was a 3, and 3, it's an 8. Oh, and that's going to be a single to center. Runner advance 1 base. If the runner is higher than the center fielder, Tennis is not going to be. Tennis is a 3. The center fielder is also a 3, so it's going to hold up at third. So it's a single. Line drive single, bounces in front of Hahn, and Hahn gets it in quickly. They hold Tennis at third. So Alou with a single. This game qualifies for a amnesia game. It's 4 in the morning, 3:22. That's first base, and now it's going to be Johnson. So here's a pitch to Johnson with 2 out and 2 on. A 4 and a 3, so that's a fielding. A 3 is going to be a 7. The 3 is going to be a third baseman, Garrett. Garrett is what is Garrett? A 3, I believe. Yeah, so that's a 10. With the infield back, a 10 is going to be a ground ball and fielded by Garrett to end the inning. Now let's double check that. The 10, it has the asterisk. Numbers 2 to 11. There is no advance on the runner. Second hit to the shortstop. Okay, so that's something else. All right, so that'll end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left, and the A's miss an opportunity there. So Darren Johnson grounds out, and that was G5. And that'll end the inning. No runs scored. Still tied at 4. We're in the top of the 6th inning with Rusty Stahl leading off against Blue Moon Odom. And that's a 1 and a 6. That's a 3 and a 6 is a 7, column 1, and that is popped up. Middle infield, second baseman comes over. Green squeezes it for out number 1, P4. Okay, here's Cleon Jones now with a 3-3. That's a 4, and the 3 is a 5. That's a 9, column 3, and I believe that's a base hit for Jones, and it will be a single to right. So he lashes 1 to right field. And it's John Milner now. And Blue Moon Odom a 6 and a 4. That's a 3, and the 4 is a 19. Could have been a home run, but no. A 19 is going to be a deep fly to left field. And going back to first is Jones on that deep fly. Rudy on the warning track. And he makes the catch, F7. So that is 2 down. And here's Jerry Grody, pitcher on Blue Moon Odom. A 1 and a 5, that's a 3. And the 5 is a 38, column 1, and that is grounded to short. He's back, so he'll throw to first to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. 6-3 for Grody. Dick Green leading off against Harry Parker. It's a 5-5. And that's a 3, and the 5 is a 10, and that'll be a base on balls. So Green walks. Now we're going to get the pitcher coming up, Blue Moon Odom. We're going to get him to bunt. So let's get the bunt chart out. See if we can squeeze. Hit and run. Sacrifice. All right, here it is. And we just have to throw 1 die, and that's a 2. It's going to be to the first baseman. And the 2 on Blue Moon's card. Well, actually, we're looking at the pitcher hitting card. The 2 is a 20, so it's a 22. Because the 2 is a first. Oh, we got to add the first baseman's number of 3, so it's a 23, and that's going to be a rundown. Lead runner caught off base. Roll 1 die. If higher than the runner, he is tagged out. Okay, so the runner is Green. Green is we rolled a 4, and Green is a 2, so he gets tagged out. So we'll say he's tagged out 3 to 6, I guess. Fielder's choice for the pitcher. Blue Moon. And the reason I let the pitcher bat is because that's all he was doing is bunting. I didn't want to use a pinch hitter for that. All right. So here's Bert Campaneris with a runner on first. Let's figure all that out. That's green. Green walked. Now we got a fielder's choice. Now, let's see. Fielder's choice. It's not going to let me do that. So I got to figure this out now. Yeah, all I had to write was a 3-6. All right, so here's Bert Campaneris. Here's the pitch from Parker. That's a 3 and a 4. That's a 3, and the 4 is a 19, so it's going to be a 22, column 3. And the 22 is going to be a fly out to right. Stop. Drifts over, settles under it for out number 2. And next is Joe Rudy. A 6 and a 2, that's a 2, and a 28, column 6. And that's going to be 28 is a single to center, runners advance 2 bases. So I'll fly down and a single and 2 base advance, F9 for Campaneris. And then Rudy picks up a hit. And he will do a single first base with two asterisk. Runner goes to third. So we got, let me see, 2 outs. Runners on first and third, and here's Sal Bando. I'm going to go to the bullpen, I believe. So, first and third now. And Bando's up. Onto the bullpen. We're going to bring in, who are we going to bring in? Number 4, reliever 9, Hennigan, Buzz Capra. I'm going to bring in Tug McGraw. All right, so I'm going to bring in Tug McGraw to face Bando. Now let's see if I remember how to do this. No, it's not it. Right there, that's it. A pen. Let's bring in You Gotta Believe. Tiger McGraw will be due up next inning, and we're going to let him bat. Or bunt or whatever, somebody gets on. So here's a pitch to Bando from McGraw. It's a 3 and a 5. That's a 3, and the 5 is a 3. So that's a 6, column 3, and that should be an out, and it is. A short fly to center field to end the inning. So McGraw retires Bando to end the inning. So let's write in McGraw. We had Parker. And McGraw came in the 6th. Parker came in the 5th. Matlack went 4. Hold on a second. Let me find Reggie Alou. Okay. Reggie Tennyson Alou. And that was for F8. And they leave a couple of men on once again. So the A's have had multiple opportunities. No runs, one hit, two left. Go to top of the 7th. Don Hahn leads off. Blue Moon Odom is still in there. It's a 3-2, so and that is a 4 and a 2. It's a 22, column 3. And that's going to be a fly ball to right. In the gap on the run is Alu, and he tracks it down for the first out. Harrelson is next with a 6 and a 1. That's a 3, a 34, column 6. 34, column 6, and that's going to be a short fly. Left field racing in is Rudy, and Rudy with a nice running catch, F7. So good defense in the outfield for the Athletics. And it's going to be McGraw. McGraw will be batting. I should have a pitcher hitting card for him somewhere. He's their number 1 reliever. Yep, he does get a card. So he will bat. All right, Tug McGraw. So 4 and a 1, so that's a 1 on that. And it's a 6. 1 will be, go back. 1 will be a first baseman who is a 4, so that's a 5. And that'll be bounced right to Johnson, who makes the play. G3. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, 3 up, 3 down. 7th inning stretch, so let's do that. Let's stretch. Let's get McGraw's out number. Be G3. And we're going to do a little stretching. What do you think? Scores 4-4 here in the bottom of the 7th. Reggie Jackson, Gene Tennis, and Alu coming up. All right, so Reggie Jackson leads off in the bottom of the 7th. Game is tied at 4 apiece. We've got the Mets with 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. The Athletics with 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Home run from Gene Tennis, a 3-run shot in the first inning. And here comes Reginald Martinez Jackson against Tug McGraw. It's a 3, so that's a 3, and then the 5 on Jackson. It's a 24, column 3. And 24, column 3, it's a fly out. So he cracks one to left, and Jones comes over and makes the grab. So that's 1 down for Tug McGraw. Here's Gene Tennis. Gene Tennis F7, and Gene Tennis now 2 for 2 with a 3-run homer, a hit by pitch, of course, right? And then a double in the 5th. And it's a 3 and a 1. So that's a 3. That's a 6, column 3. 6, column 3 will be a short fly to center field. Racing in is Hahn, and he makes the grab. Two down. And next is J.L.U., who's 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Got a lot of hits in this game. It's a 2-2. It's a 2 and 13, column 2. And a 13, column 2 is going to be a single to center. So he lines one, and that drops in front of Hahn. So that's his 3rd single of the day. And here comes Darren Johnson. Darren Johnson is 1 for 3. Had a single in the second, scored a run. And it's a 4 and a 5, so that's going to be a fielding column. It's going to be a shortstop. Oh, a 16. That's a high number. 16 plus a shortstop, so 2 is an 18 with the infield back. 18 infield back is a ground ball, batter out of first. 6-3, and that retires the side. So Johnson bounces out to Harrelson, Buddy Harrelson. Makes the play. And here's the top of the 8th. Now, Blue Moon Odom has gone 3 innings. And he's allowed 1 single in 3 innings. So we're going to go with the hot hand. It's going to be Wayne Garrett. Hold on a second. I got my dog wanted to come in. It's cold outside. I'll be right back. Here we are, Game 7 of the 1973 World Series, all tied up at 4 in the top of the 8th inning. Wayne Garrett is going to lead off. And here's the pitch from Blue Moon Odom. And that is a 5 and a 4, so that's going to be a 3. And that's a 6, and I believe that's a base on balls. And if it is, we're gonna turn our Blue Moon over to the B side, and it is. All right, so we're gonna turn Blue Moon over to the B side. If he allows one more base runner, we'll bring in Raleigh Fingers. So it is a base on balls. And next up is Felix Mian. Pitch, a 3 and a 2. That's a 4. And the 2 is a 20, so that's going to be a 24 column 3. 24 column 3 is a fly out to left in the gap, and Rudy on the run, and Rudy comes up with it. So it's an F7 for the first out. Next up is Rusty Staub. Pitch from Blue Moon. B side this time. A 1 and a 6. That's a 3 and a 7. Column 1, and that's going to be popped up middle infield. Both Green and Campaneris come together, and it's Green that calls off Campaneris. That's a P4. And here's Cleon Jones, all tied at 4-4 here in the seventh game of the Replay Baseball World Series. Replay Classic, right? This set of cards is from 1973. Here's a pitch. Cleon Jones with a 2 and a 1. That is a 4 and a 1 is a 25, column 2. We need a double right here, and that's going to be a hard hit ground ball. Pull down the line. Nice play by Bando. Backhands it. Fires a long throw, and scooped up by Johnson. And just gets Jones. No runs, no hits, a walk, 1 left. And here comes the bottom of the 8th. So I got the same situation with both pitchers. The minute they, McGraw has only gone 1.1. Blue Moon has gone 4, but he's on his B side already, and he's due up, so he'll probably be pinch hit 4 here, and then we'll get a new pitcher in the 9th. It'll be Raleigh Fingers. So he's done an outstanding job, Blue Moon Odom. All right, so Tug McGraw versus Green, a pinch hitter, and Campaneris. It's a 2 and a 3, so that's a 2, and the 3 is a 5. Struck him out. So that's the 3rd time Green struck out in this game. And here comes a pinch hitter. The last pinch hitter was Conigliaro. And this time around, we will grab, we're looking for a righty. We're going to grab Angel McGraw. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bring in Mike Andrews, who's famous in this World Series, to pinch hit because he hasn't made an appearance. We will bring him in. That was the Mike Andrews scandal. Look it up. All right, so Tug McGraw versus Mike Andrews. It's a 2-1, and that's a 41, column 2. 41, column 2, and that's going to be a ground ball right back to the mound. McGraw feels it and throws out Andrews. That's 2 outs. So hold on, I got, I'll do, there we go. All right. So top of the order now with 2 outs. So this, I'm getting digital diamond baseball. I'm getting it slowly. There was a few curves that I had to deal with. It was runner gets a hit and then the base runner is thrown out. And that was the double with the runner thrown out at home is 2BR1XN. So basically what that means is the batter hit a double, the runner on first is thrown out, the X, and then the N is the number of bases. So if he would have, he's on first, so if he advances, if I only put a 1 there, then he would get thrown out at second. If I put a 2, he would get thrown out at third, and if I put a 3, he would get thrown out at home. So then, of course, he was thrown out at home, so it would be 2B, which is double, runner on first, X is thrown out, and then the number of bases that he advances, he was on first, he gets thrown out at home, so that's 3 bases. So that was like the most complicated thing I've had to deal with so far. All right, here's McGraw to Bert Campaneris, and it's a 3 and a 5. So that's a 3, and the 5 is a 24, column 3. And the 24 is a fly out to left. Cracks one to left. Over is Jones, makes the catch, and that retires the side. All tied at 4. We're going to the top of the 9th inning. Wow. What a game, right? 4-4. World Series. Game 7. Can't get any more exciting than this. We're going to have Milner, Grody, and Hahn. It's going to be a new pitcher. We're going to bring in Raleigh Fingers. All right, there's Raleigh Fingers, his A side. All right, and here's John Milner. Oh, so I got to bring in a new pitcher. Campaneris is going to fly out. F7. And now, let's see. All right. We didn't put in. Let's undo. We didn't put in the undo last play, and then undo last play. Odom was up, so we had to bring in a pinch hitter for Odom. And we brought in Andrews. Let's do the bench. Click on the bench. So we're going back a little bit here. Let's see if we see Andrews. Mike Andrews, he's there. He will be. Oh, it doesn't give me a chance to put him in. I think I did this once before. All right, let's shut this down. Hold on a second. Let's do it a different way. Blue Moon Odom. Let's click on Blue Moon Odom. Pinch hit. There we go. All right. And then the bench is Mike Andrews. Okay, so now we should have Mike Andrews hitting, and Mike Andrews, what did he do? He grounded back to the pitcher. So it's a G1. And then, of course, Campaneris flat out to left. F7. And we're going to get a new pitcher now. So it's blinking. The bench is blinking. Consulting with the bench coach. And we need a new pitcher, and we said it was going to be Raleigh Fingers. Comes in at the 9th spot. And that's good. It looks good. Oh, by the way, let's look at the box score. We haven't done that in this game. Very nice box score to have access to. Let's look at that. Here it is, box score. So we got 6 hits for the Mets and 9 hits for the A's. Alu has 3 hits. He stands out. Campaneris and Tennis have doubles, and Tennis has a home run. Matlack, when struggled, went 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, 2 hits and 5 strikeouts. Parker went 1.2, gave up 3 hits, walked the batter. And McGraw now has gone 2.1. He's given up only 1 hit and 1 strikeout. Holtzman, 3.2, 5 hits, 4 runs, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Pena got out of an inning, a big inning. He made a big pitch in the, what did Pena come in? Pena came in the 4th. And basically got 1. I think it was, he got Campaneris out, I believe. Because he only had 1/3 of an inning. Pena did. And then, here it is, yeah. Okay, he got Harrelson out to fly out. And then, of course, it was Odom who was sensational. Pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Scoring plays. Tennis strolls to the plate, batting 200 with 1 RBI, 2 out. Matlack in a bit of jam here with Campaneris at second. Bando leads off first. And there's a drive in the power alley to left. Going back is Jones. He reaches up, can't get it, and that's into the seats. Home run for Tennis. Here comes Campaneris to score, and Bando right behind him. And Tennis with a 3-run shot. In the bottom of the 2nd, batting next for Oakland, Campaneris. In postseason, he's batting .250. 2 down here in the bottom of the 2nd. Johnson is parked on first. Campaneris is coming up. So far, he's 1 for 1 today, and 2 gone. Johnson is parked at first. There's a fly ball to center field. Hahn should get there, but the ball is carrying well, and it's over his head. It's off the wall. And for a double, Johnson scores from first. So here you get the kind of play-by-play of all the scoring. The Mets had a lot of scoring in the 4th inning. They scored 4 runs. So as you can see, the narrative goes on. And the Mets tied it. And from that point on, there's been no more scoring. These are all the plays. Here's a scorecard if you want to see the scorecard. So the Mets' big inning was here. 4th inning, they scored 4 runs to tie the game at 4. Extended box score gives you more data. All right, let's go back to the game here. It is Milner leading off against Raleigh Fingers. And it's a snake eyes. It's a 1 and a 1. That's a 21, column 1. It's a single to center. So he lines one, but 21. Runners advance, roll 1 die. If higher than the center fielder, batter takes an extra base on an error. So it could be a center fielder error. Center fielder Jackson is a 4, so it'd have to be and it's an error on Jackson. It's a 2nd outfield error in the series. So it's 1st and 2nd. That puts the go-ahead run at second base here, leading off the top of the 9th. John Milner lines one to center, bobbled by Jackson, and Milner's going to try for second. Here's the throw, the tag by Green, and Milner takes advantage of the Jackson bobble and slides in under the tag. So here's Jerry Grody now. Pitch from fingers, and that's a snake eyes. It's a 1 and a 1. That's an 11. A single and 11. That's going to be a single to left. Runner advances 1 base. 4 or 5 runners advance 2 bases. I don't know Milner. I don't think that Milner's a 4 or 5. No, he's a 3. So that puts runners on first and third. Yikes. So let's get all this down. So let's see if I can figure this one out. It's going to be a single error. Okay, wait. It's going to be a single star asterisk asterisk E8. Nope. All right, so it's going to be, let's try it again. Single and E8. So Milner hits one to Jackson. Jackson bobbles it. Milner's going to try for 2, and he makes it. All right, Grody with a single. So now Grody with a single. They're going to hold up Milner at third. And we got runners on first and third. Up comes Don Hahn. So Don Hahn has an opportunity here to be a World Series hero. Just imagine that. Just imagine that, my friends. World Series hero. Don Hahn. With that, what a great name, right? All right, so the infield is going to be playing in on the grass. Bando, Campanera, Screen, and Johnson on the grass. Fingers already in, and the catcher also is already in automatically. Here's a pitch, and that's a 1 and a 5. So that's a 1 and a 5 is a 36. 36, and that's going to be a ground ball to third. They're in. Out at first. Runner holds unless forced. Okay, so ground ball to third. Bando looks at Milner back and fires to first. All right, so it's a grounder to 5. Runner third, I believe, holds, right? No. Just making stuff up here. Making stuff. All right, so it should be a ground ball, 5 to 3, then R3, H, right? Runner on third holds. Got it. So the other runner should automatically advance, the runner on first. Perfect. And here comes Buddy Harrelson, switch hitter, so he'll be batting left-handed against Raleigh Fingers. And Don Hahn with a 5-3. And here's Harrelson with the infield in again here in the top of the ninth. 2 men on, 1 out. Buddy Harrelson. And that's a 4 and a 3, so that's going to be a potential fielding and a 10. The 3 is the third baseman, so that's going to be a 13 with the infield in. 13 with the infield in, and it's going to be an error on Bando, and a go-ahead run scores. So it's going to be an E5. Ouch. Scoring is Milner. Going to third is Grody. And it's going to be first and third. Yikes. So we're going to do an E5. Let's see what happens. Everybody should advance. Grounded to Bando, and it's through his legs. Harrelson is on board on an error. Here comes Milner. Grody advances to third. Ouch. Wow. All right. So the Mets have taken a 5-4 lead here in the top of the ninth in Game 7. McGraw is up. We're going to keep McGraw in there. McGraw's gone 2 1/3. He's faced 7, 8 batters. I believe the R8 means that he can face 8 batters. Let's see, fielding, pitching. So I think that means. So each pitcher has a regular grade, side up, upside down, indicate the effectiveness. Following the pitcher's name is a 5 rating, indicating the number of innings he can work before he tires. Once the duration has been reached, okay, relief pitchers. Small numbers following the R rating, they represent the actual inning or innings that he can pitch in addition to his R rating. 3 bonus innings do not. These bonus innings do not. Okay, so each relief pitcher has an R rating, of course, indicating the number of batters he can face. So he can face 8 batters. Most relievers have 1 or more small numbers. Okay. So if a relief pitcher must start, he is a S4. Some relievers have starter, blah, blah, blah. All right. So McGraw can go 8 batters. He's gone 8 batters. So the next, so you know what? I'm going to let McGraw swing away. Actually, he's going to square. He's going to bunt. Runner at second, runner on third will hold. So let's do that. And that's a 2, so it's going to go to the first baseman. And McGraw's card, a 2 is a 20. And the first baseman is a 4, so that's a 24. Infield is in. And that's going to be a rundown. Lead runner caught off base by pitcher. No, actually the lead runner is holding. So holding the lead runner caught off base by pitcher, roll 1 die. If higher than the runner, he is tagged out. Other runners hold. If not higher, he advances as the shortstop drops the ball. So I'm just going to give him a sacrifice because they're not going to get into a rundown right here with a runner with the. I could get him into a rundown. I could get the batter at second into a rundown. Or actually, I could just say, you know what? Grody made the decision to go home. All right, so lead runner caught off base by pitcher. That's what we're going to do. Lead runner is Grody. He had he was told to hold at third, but he disregarded that at some point and decided he was going to try to head for home. So if higher than the runner, he's tagged out. Grody's running speed is not great. We could have put a pinch runner there. He's a 3 running speed, so if it's higher, he's tagged out, and he is tagged out. So what we're going to do here is Grody's going to be the second out. I don't know if it's going to be a fielder's choice. And I guess it'll be who did it go to? A 2. It was third, so it's going to be a 3-2-5, I guess. And you could do like a 3-5-2, so fielder's choice. Grody's out, 3-2-5. Going to second on the fielder's choice. So remember, McGraw batted here. Now, how do I do this? Holy smokes. All right, so Grody's going to be out. So it's going to be McGraw. Right? McGraw goes ground ball. 3-5. Runner on third is out. No, there is no runner on second to throw out going to third. Okay. So let's do it again. So it's going to be a ground out, 3 to 5, runner on third. This should be out. I don't understand what the problem is. It says there's no runner on third. So let's do home. Let's do H out. No. Okay, illegal G command. There is no runner on second to throw out going to third. Again, I have the same situation. All right. I have no idea how I did it, but I did it. So it was. What I wrote is that Johnson picked it up and threw to Tennis, and then Tennis tagged out the runner at third. Both runners advance. So we got first and second. McGraw's on at first. We got Harrelson on at second. We got 2 outs, and here's the top of the order. And it's Garrett. So the Mets have scored 1 run here in the top of the ninth. They lead the 73 World Series. Game 7, 5-4 in the top of the ninth. Wayne Garrett has a big chance here to give the Mets a little bit more cushion. I don't know that that's going to happen. Fingers is a pretty good pitcher in 73. Here's a pitch, and that's a 5. So that's a 2, and a 2 is a 3. And that's one of those that I can't remember. The 3, I think, goes to the third baseman. So Bando gets a bouncer and throws a strike to first baseman Johnson, and that retires the side. But the Mets come up with 1 run on 2 hits and 2 errors. And the Mets lead at 5-4. We go to the bottom of the ninth with McGraw facing Rudy, Bando, and Jackson. All right. So last licks for the A's against Tug McGraw, and he's already faced 8. I think that's what that number means, R8. He faces 8. If he goes beyond that once he allows a base runner, then he switches to his B side. So here's Rudy leading off. Rudy's struggled. He's a 3, and a 5 is a 6. And column 3, a 6 column 3 is a short fly to center. Racing in is Hahn, and Hahn makes it there for the first out. The A's are 2 outs away from being beaten by the underdog, the New York Mets, who I think were 1 or 2 games above 500 in winning their division in 1973, which made this pretty interesting. This Athletics lineup is, impressive. It's an all-star lineup with Rudy Campaneris, Rudy Bando, Jackson, Tennis. These are all household names. And, of course, an excellent pitching staff with Hunter and Holtzman and Blue. Sal Bando up now. Rudy flies out to pops it up, shallow center field. Hahn races in and makes the catch for the first out. Here goes. Here's Tug McGraw versus Sal Bando. They're up 5-4. Game 7. And that's a 2 and a 1. And that's a 2 and a 1 is a strikeout. Big strikeout for McGraw. And the Mets now are 1 out away from victory. Here in Game 7, Reggie Jackson, Reginald Martinez Jackson. And he's one guy that you want to definitely be careful with because he's got good power. And we roll a 6-2 or a 6-4, and that ball is gone. So those are the 2 numbers you definitely don't want to roll. Actually, 6-6 too, 6-6, 6-2, 6-4, and that ball is gone. So Jackson, probably the most dangerous hitter on the Athletics lineup, especially for the long ball, is up now against Tug McGraw. It is lefty on lefty, I believe. Tug McGraw is a lefty, right? Yeah, throws left. All right, here goes. Want to avoid that 6, but probably won't have. Oh, 5. So it's going to be a 4. So McGraw doesn't have good control. And Jackson walks a lot. A 4 and a 4 is going to be a base on ball. So that's ball 4. So McGraw just, approached him very, very carefully, and he walks Jackson. And oh, that's illegal. What I did was illegal, extremely illegal. Let's do the base on balls instead of the W. Should allow you to do the W or the base on balls. But a W could also mean wild pitch. You could, so you don't want to do that. All right, so here's Gene Tennis. Gene Tennis with a home run, a 3-run homer in the first. He's another guy that if you roll a 2, if you roll a 6, it's going to be a home run. So he's got good power. And this would be a walk-off home run. So we haven't rolled a 6 in a while. So here goes. See what happens. Bottom of the 9th, 2 out. Runner on first. Jackson is on first. The tying run. Here's McGraw. Oh, we got to go to McGraw's B side. Going to go to McGraw's B side. And here it is. And it's a 1 and a 4. That's a 2. And a 4 is a 3. Strike 3, and the ball game is over. The Mets have won it. And the crowd here in Oakland is silent. Not happy with the result of this game. Gene Tennis strikes out with the tying run. Jackson at first base. And the Mets celebrate at the mound. And the Mets base is empty. And they are jubilant on the mound, jumping around. And the Mets win it. Believe it or not, the Mets beat the Athletics, who I think have a much better team. But I think the difference was the Mets pitching. Mets pitching made the difference. Final score is 5-4, and a couple of big errors by the A's in that last inning. Let's look at the box score here. That should be 3 outs. Let's see. So I should have 3 outs. Let's see. So I have Rudy. So I got Rudy swung on, high fly center. Here's Bando for 2, 1 down, swung on. Bando fans. Next is Jackson. So let's see. Save and exit. Let's look at the box score. Okay. All right, so let's look at the newspaper box score. Here's the final score, 5-4. The Mets with 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. The Athletics with 4 runs, 9 hits, and 2 big errors in that 9th inning. 1 by Jackson and 1 by Bando. And really the go-ahead run scored on an error by Bando, so there was no big RBI. Jones, Milner, and Grody all had 2 hits apiece. Mian had a double, Milner had a double, Hahn had a double. And 4 Mets drove in runs, Mian, Jones, Grody, and Hahn. For the Athletics, you had Alou with 3 hits, Tennis with 2 hits, and Campaneris with 2 hits. You had a couple of pinch hitters, Conigliaro, he walked, and you had Andrews, who made out. So the winner is going to be McGraw. He went 3.1 with 1 hit allowed. You got to believe. The loss is going to go to Fingers. He went 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, no earned runs. And that's it, my friends. So excellent game. And I guess I'll save and exit. And that is Digital Diamond Baseball and Replay Baseball together. That was some experience there. And remember, like and subscribe to my channel. Also join Universal Baseball Association Facebook group and all its affiliated groups. And I will see you very soon with something else. I think I'm playing a 5-game 1974. Ryan starts his first 5 starts of the season. It's like a little mini pitcher replay, something I've never done before. I usually make like a whole season replay. I don't know that I'm in the mood for a whole season replay, but I'm happy to replay a few games using Strat. And that's about it, guys. So thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.